right. Yes, I've been able to recognize the presence of Dr. Lua all the way from Namibia. I think he's in South Africa tonight. I've been able to see Coach Arthur in the house. I've been able to recognize the presence of Brenda, Daniel, Engineer Kato, Fileki, Martha, Amon, Josephine, Pipi the Oracle, Raps. Oh, my brother Sami Eyesu, all the way from Israel. Happy to have you. Thank you so much for reaching out today into our Zoom. All right, say Labo, and we have my brother Sekiranda Africa. All right, perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, 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 welcome. And if you can be able to hear my voice, drop me a one in the chat. If my voice is singing loud and clear in your ears, drop me a one in the chat so that I can categorically get into today. Get into today's presentation. Presentational. Yeah, man. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, this shows I'm loud and clear. All right. Okay. So let me share my screen and we automatically get into today's presentation. All right. Okay, so guys, welcome to today's presentation. My name is Worth Coach Julius, and at the face of your screen is Mr. Johnson Za, the founder of CoinStore, the founder of Botchain, Carypact, the founder of the supercomputing protocol that we are gonna discuss today. But before we go into the details about opportunity, let's get into the background of Johnson Zhao. Johnson Zhao is the founder of CoinStore, and CoinStore for the last 6 years, ladies and gentlemen, has been able to have over 12 million users worldwide. This guy has a very solid background, and it has a core data of existing in over 180 regions and countries across the world. Yes, and in their head office in Singapore, they have over 250 employees. They have licenses in Switzerland, Canada, Australia, and Dubai with the 12 financial licenses to operate in a centralized exchange. And has a trading volume of over $300 million. Wow, with a 24-hour support system, 1,000 plus community ecosystems, and he is really doing very well, very well. Yeah, Web3, a global Web3 exchange that is CoinStore. When you go and check it up on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, yes, you will find it there on the exchanges. And he has been able to carry out different global conferences and events of the CoinStore. Global events have happened, global conferences have happened, including Token 2049, which I also know, but also known by more than 3 million people worldwide. Okay. So he has been able, ladies and gentlemen, to bring a lot of knowledge and participation into the crypto market space. But then, since he has been on crossroads in the industry for long, he decided to say, and all of us know that the blockchain industry has experienced many ups and downs for the last 18 years. The current market gains have been exhausted, and the old path has become an inevitable outcome. So his decision to invest into Botchain was not a random choice. It was the only way for him to break through the next decade cycle. But as we also get onto the board, being guided, being presented opportunities that we would like to participate into, it is important for us to choose the time. Because I have said it several times, when it comes to the crypto market space, timing is key. So looking back at the development of the cryptocurrency industry for the last 18 years, we should all recognize the top 3 sectors that have marked with value of hundreds of billions of dollars, from the stable coins to the centralized exchanges to the public chains. And this model, where the stable coins, at the current situation, ladies and gentlemen, they are the foundation of global payments. Across the world, people move USDT, USDC across the world. And these barriers to trust are very high. The market structure has become mature and solid. It is mature and solid. So that is the stable coins market. But when we look at the second option, if you want to make a lot of money in the crypto market space and create real value, is through centralized exchanges. It's the gateway to traffic and property. When you talk about digital properties, all digital properties are existing in centralized exchanges. And the current situation is that it has been dominated by big players. There is a fierce competition. It's like a red ocean with clear boundaries. All cryptocurrencies in the world want to be listed on OKX. All cryptocurrencies in the world want to be listed on Binance. All cryptocurrencies in the world want to be listed on Coinbase. And these 3 and a few more have dominated this space, and the opportunity is minimal. I have attended conferences where people talk about expanding their exchanges, because the reason is simple. There is a lot of traffic that happens on exchanges. But then, ladies and gentlemen, there is a revelation of series that never ends. There is the only endless game. And that is the core principle where all cryptocurrencies live. Only public chains, ladies and gentlemen, can support applications. It means that applications can be created. Only public blockchains, ladies and gentlemen, define protocols, allowing people to create different ecosystems. So, today's market, stablecoins or exchanges are no longer able to give the mystery. They're not easily disrupted. It's hard for you to disrupt the major 3 exchanges. It is very hard for you, ladies and gentlemen, even go into the stable coins and make a breakthrough. So the path to public blockchains is the only chance that someone can be #1 in the world. So a year ago, blockchain was born. And the birth of blockchain brought in a new wave of shifting from competing for existence resources to creating a new growth. Johnson Zhao now created a new wave from being a participant into the crypto market space to becoming a creator. And he made very strong partnerships with notable figures like Alexander Vavaris, who is a German logarithmic engineer, and he is the chief technology officer of blockchain. And blockchain, a layer 1 that he decided to design with a protocol framework, and it brought in the architecture of Carypact that we are going to be able to talk about, which is bringing a computing power protocol in the crypto market space, whereby people can use their computing power to make daily income. Ladies and gentlemen, blockchain has been completed and it's live already, with 93% of resources invested in the core technology breakthroughs, such as AI agents, native identification, decentralized computing market, and the PaaS network. All this has been put in place, ladies and gentlemen, and 5 core major infrastructures that are believed by around December this year, we could see Bitcoin to over $1,000. The main network, the BDEX that allows people to swap from one coin to another, the Bo wallet that allows people to have custody and safety of their funds, the bridge that allows people to connect from one blockchain to another blockchain, the explorer that tells what is happening onto this blockchain is unbelievable. Perfect but not forgotten, the ideology behind the blockchain is to allow different developers be able to launch projects by just one click. Allow people to issue tokens with just one click. This is generally increasing team efficiency by over 90%. But to make this dream come to pass, ladies and gentlemen, the blockchain has been able to put a core investment of over $50 million. And not only seated on this, made a very strong partnership with OKX to get the Bitcoin listed on OKX by September, and then later to other exchanges like Bybit, KuCoin, Mexi, and BitGet. Partnership, the initial funding that raised around $15 million, ladies and gentlemen, by partnering with Nix Foundation, which is a Swedish national science technology fund, Alpha Capital, the Turkey's largest venture capital fund, and also Jamahead, which is leading the investment firm in Binance Alpha, creating a new wave, ladies and gentlemen, that has core investment organization. But then to make this happen, the creation of the Bot Labs. The Bot Labs is having the 50 million ecological support that is going to create a new wave of many developers to build projects onto the chain. When we check the mainnet of blockchain, which is very visible onto their website, let me visit it with you to create clarity and tranquility. So we're just gonna go to any browser. I'll pick Chrome, and once we are here, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just go to www.botchain.ai, and this is the main botchain, and this is the chain. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a full ecosystem. It has the BDEX, the bridge, the Bo wallet, and the Bo scan. We have the community. We have the community that has the documentation, the audit, the white paper, and you can be able to follow them throughout their ecosystem. So everything has been created. A transaction that is taking less than 0.57 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, the crypto market space is now evolving to a new era. And you could be able to acquire their bot chain, and you can be able to view data on chain, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is accessible here on their Explorer, and all the 5 core major factors that create a complete blockchain are available for you. Numbers don't lie, and statistics are usually on point. We can see that the business that started on the 25th of February this year, as we speak to you, it has over 777,683 wallet addresses. This is confirmation of transactions, and over 5 million transactions, ladies and gentlemen, have been able to happen onto this blockchain. Everything can be verified and confirmed with transactions that are happening at a very higher speed onto this blockchain. We can also be able not only look at the index, we can look at transactions, blocks, top accounts, verified transactions, all open and clear for everybody. We can track gas that is being happening. And ladies and gentlemen, we can be able to see and track all transactions, gas distribution that is happening onto this amazing blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, validators that are validating these transactions through proof of stake are making millions of money. Let me take validator VL06 that staked a principal of 2001 bot coins and has accumulated a gas sharing of 324 bot coins. Now has a total asset of 2,325 with an APR or return on investment of 9.27%. You are going to participate in an ecosystem that is open, verifiable, trackable, and giving a new opportunity to our new economy, ladies and gentlemen. These are facts and not lies that are existing onto the blockchain. With the fast growth that is happening across the world, ladies and gentlemen, the CEO Johnson Zhao has an expectation to see over 3.5 million users taking over onto the blockchain by 2026. With this happening, it is an ambitious goal to have over 5 million users, but imagine from February, March, April, now we are in May, only in 3 months, over 770,836 users, like I showed you on blockchain data. Ladies and gentlemen, the strategy that is being put in place that is going to create unbelievable value is to make over 3.5 million active users, and over 2,000 projects are planned to be happening onto this blockchain. Once this happens, a daily gas revenue of over 1 million will be created per day. 50% will be used to purchase and burn Bitcoin, hence reducing its emission and driving the price of both higher and higher and higher, hence attracting more projects and leading to increased gas consumption, hence causing the price to rise in unbelievable heights. Without comparisons, let's look back to the history of blockchains. We have 3 that are leading this space by storm. Ethereum, that had an ICO of 0.31 in 2014. BNB, that had an initial coin offering of 0.15 in 2017. And Solana, that had a 0.04 in 2020 through a seed funding. As we speak today, Bitcoin came into the market at $1, seated at an average between $9.5 to $10. For the last, since 2014, Ethereum has grown to over 779,659%. Look at BNB, look at Solana. How far will the Bitcoin rise? Yet it has a program of using its gas fees, burn off 50% of circulating supply every single day. The target is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, with the accelerating consensus of introducing AI agents into the market, the decentralized computing power that is being now used by Carypact, the 93% investment focus to put over 50 million of builders, the deflation mechanism of 50 gas has the potential and the power to be able to move Bitcoin to over $1,000 in 2026. Already there is a roadmap, and this cryptocurrency will be listed in 10 world-leading exchanges, with the target OKX will officially launch this in September, increasing liquidity and global secondary market. And ladies and gentlemen, as it happens in September, an exchange listing venture will be taking place that will cause a lot to happen. Today, media newses are discussing about blockchain. There is global pandemic media news focus. Global summits have happened across the world where people have listened, understood, completed, talked about the power of blockchain and created a new future. Ladies and gentlemen, Blockchain has a neo strategy that will have billions of dollars, over 100 billion, and its largest project in Asia as we speak right now, with a plan to have over 200 projects to be launched onto this ecosystem. But before we dig deep into blockchain, here comes the first protocol built onto blockchain, and that is none other than Carypact. It is a decentralized, meaning not controlled by anyone, supercomputing protocol that provides you two major ways of making money. Number one, mining using the computing power, plus the protocol proof of stake mining, whereby whatever you have earned, you could stake it. It's a long-term best project, ladies and gentlemen, with a long-term lifespan that has a production cycle that lasts for 22 years, hence creating continuity and growing an asset base. I will not discuss this later, but ladies and gentlemen, a lot is happening behind the scene to create unbelievable opportunity, a life-changing opportunity with a lot of infrastructure, training, and support to make sure that this dream comes to pass. I don't know where you are, but training conferences are happening every single day across the globe that are really providing a long-term vision of 22 years of continuous growth and continued success. A global major project, the #1 blockchain in Asia, one of the top 3 ecosystems in the world. And by leveraging its vast global community and ecosystem, is building 100 billion public blockchain is a sure thing. Question: based on the long-term vision, it is better for you to build with us a long-term career. And to take you on board because you are not a developer, to take you on board because you are a business person like me and you, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just give you a break time that summarizes whatever I have discussed in this short video. Then we continue with business as usual.
Welcome back to the Block Pulse. I'm Brian. Look, I've been wading through a sea of white papers lately, but a document just hit my desk that honestly made me stop and grab a highlighter. We are talking about the BOT 2026 strategic roadmap. They aren't just looking for a seat at the table. They're aiming for a $100 billion market cap right out of the gate. What's wild is how they're doing it. They've ditched that clunky old school architecture and gone completely modular. Think of it like prefab rooms that just click together. And here's the kicker. Their one-click protocol. We've seen devs struggle for months to launch a token. But on BOT, you configure your parameters and boom, you are live in 1 hour. 1 hour. It's the ultimate speed to market play. And it doesn't stop at the setup. The block time is 0.7 seconds. By the time you blink, the transaction is already finalized. It's essentially invisible. Since the mainnet went live on February 25th, they've already delivered the big 5. DEX, Bridge, Wallet, and Explorer, all operational from day one. They dominated Hong Kong in March, and that $50 million grant they rolled out in Dubai, that is the engine driving them toward 2,000 active projects by June. But how do they sustain it? The gas acceleration burn. Half the fees are burned, gone forever, and the other half goes to incentives. It's a perfect closed loop. We're looking at supernodes in July, top-tier listings in September, and a massive sprint toward a $1,000 price target by Christmas. If you can build in an hour, confirm in sub-seconds, and have a $50 million fund backing you, why would you go anywhere else? The 2026 blueprint is in full swing, and the clock is ticking, 0.7 seconds at a time. Better keep up. I'm Brian, and I'll see you at the next milestone.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to the Block Pulse. I'm Brian. Look,
we basically understand that you and me are not developers. We basically understand that me and you, we are people who want to make daily income. And with that understanding, the CEO of Carypact, Mr. Johnson Zhao, decided to create the first ever living ecosystem that brings two things in one. Number one, it brings hardware your phone, and software to work for the first time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, introduces the first benchmark protocol onto the bot chain that is building the future of decentralized computing power. But as you decide to get into the crypto market space, you have choices and power to decide where you want to make your money from. My last close to 5 years into the crypto market space, I was living not in the first phase, not in the second phase, not in the third phase, but in the fourth phase. I have lived a life of schemes, and I've decided to retire my scheme level of approach, whereby the founder is not building anything, they are chasing money, and you are chasing money. And this has made many people lose thousands, if not billions of money. So today I'm introducing you to the chain circle, whereby you are dealing with the protocol that is the first one existing onto the bot chain, and that is none other than Carypact. But we also need to remember that when we talk about successful projects like Ethereum, Solana, and BNB, they have really been able to expand because projects have been built onto their network. And that in hand, ladies and gentlemen, bot chain becomes an inevitable move that is going to create real fantastic results in the long run. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know very well that BTC was the first blockchain, and Bitcoin introduced an ability for people to be able to allow transactions across the world. And those who timed it fast, they have seen a growth of over 42 million times. But then we cannot keep quiet to recognize the presence of Ethereum that introduced smart contracts, but had a challenge of low speed and high gas fees. But then we saw a growth of over 16,000 times. This led us to 3.0 that brought in ecological systems and public chains, where brought in Solana that had high gas fees, that brought in high speed, DNB and TRX that brought in low gas fees, Pacodat that brought in cross-chain, Uniswap that introduced decentralized exchanges. But then the future is here for you and me with a 4.0, a public modular logarithmic network that is introducing a magic block AI that allows developers to create projects within 1 hour or 40 to 30 minutes. That is introducing automatic debug, remove of debugs from the ecosystem to allow developers fantastically bring fast programming into the crypto market space. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not only attracting traction or people onto the blockchain, but is creating a super wave into the crypto market space. And then botchain is here to make that happen. But I'm not here to dig deep into botchain. I'm here to introduce to you the first ecosystem onto the botchain called Carypact. The first protocol, whereby you own a digital machine, you activate it once, and ladies and gentlemen, after you have activated it, every single day, it generates money for you and me in the long run. Carypact. Carypact has a supply of 210 million coins or tokens. 10 million has been put into the swap, and the 200 million is what you're going to participate into to bring in the market. In simple terms, every single day, 40,000 tokens are brought in circulation, but they will be reducing by 10% in 2 years, and they will be completed in the next 22 years. So why are you here? You are here to participate in bringing these tokens in the market. And you have 3 to 4 different ways you are going to do it. Number one, you buy hash rate, use your phone computing power to mine these tokens automatically by AI. And you are able to share 42% of 40,000 tokens, which is 16,800 tokens. 18% from the proof of stake. You'll be locking up your tokens for some time and earning more in reward. and 35% for those who want to build teams, 3% to the DAOs, and 2% to those who started this opportunity. But all that said, how does this work? Ladies and gentlemen, it starts with you investing some money. So don't borrow money, start with what you have. It has an entry of only $100, and $1 will give you 100 hash rate. And every single day from 7:30 a.m. East Africa Standard Time, it's a GMT +8, you will be able to receive CA tokens. Once you get the CA, you can withdraw them and sell them like I'm going to show you onto my back office, or you can stake them and earn more CA. When you withdraw, you will have the ability and the power to swap your CA into the bot coin. And bot coin or bot chain has its own USDT called the BOT, the USDT on the BOT. And since they have their own bridge, you'll be able to bridge it to any network of your choice. As simple, easy like that. Ladies and gentlemen, the 4 income streams are here for you. Passively, we have static mining, whereby you buy hash rate and you are able to earn CA every single day. The static staking, ladies and gentlemen, whereby the CA you earned from mining, the CA you earned from mining, you can stake it and earn more CA in return. Then the active income, whereby you could build communities as they stake and mine, you earn rewards in an immersive way. Because I don't want to take much of your time, today I may not dig into the mathematics of the game. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, just take you to my back office. Welcome to the future. Welcome to computing power. All right. Okay. All right. So how do you participate? Number one, you will need to open up an account with the person who helped you join this call, create the bot chain. This is the bot chain. Okay, this is the bot chain. It has its own token that is built there, which is CA. It has its own USDT, and all are available for you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but not only that, bot chain has already its own wallet called the Bo wallet. The Bo wallet. Okay, here is the Bo wallet. And it has different networks. You can move it from bot chain to okay, you can be able to have your BOT, you can, so it is a superb, already done ecosystem. It has its own BDEX, which is the decentralized exchange where you swap, you just need to connect your wallet. Ladies and gentlemen, it has the bridge, which allows you connect different networks across the globe. So it's really a super already made opportunity with its 5 ecosystems. But let's now log into this, because onto their wallet, they not have the DApp area, which they are building already. So once here, you can easily participate by buying computing power, a minimum of $100, and today we'll get 203. And the reason is simple, ladies and gentlemen. The reason is for the last 51 days, the business has been alive. People have been earning CA tokens without you. So what do? Once you bring in $100, you get more hash rate. And this will provide ability and power for you to continuously earn as they have earned before. So every day you will be earning, depending on your investment. You'll be earning, I've been earning for the last 50 days, no remorse, no emotions, no market issues every single day. And you can see I have collected a lump sum of over 30 tokens. The rest of my tokens, I have staked them. And once you earn there, you can be able to stake your tokens, ladies and gentlemen. So this basically takes us the proof of stake. You are allowed to lock your CA either for flexible, taking it away anytime, 30 days, 90, your choice. The choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen. And you can be able to lock flexible, meaning you can take it away anytime. You can lock for 6 months. It means every day you receive part of your capital and part of your profit, which you can withdraw. You can even lock for 90 days, which says you receive also every day part of your capital and part of your profit. And if you don't withdraw it, it will keep compounding, keep compounding. And so once you stake and you tap on withdraw, it is a T plus one, meaning it takes 24 hours to arrive onto your wallet. On the same area, you have the swap area where you can swap your CA into BOT and at the same time from BOT to USDT, and there you bridge it to another network. This is the user center, and this is where you build communities. And here, if you decide to build a team, you'll basically receive rewards when people buy hash rates, when you rank up, and when people stake. And it's unbelievable because every single day it will be coming into your wallet. And depending on your rank, basically, there are only 10 ranks from V1 to V10. And if you become a V1, very simple, easy. We shall talk about it tomorrow in our members class where we dig deep. You make 50, 40 to $50. As a V2, you make between $50 to $100. As a V3, you make between 100 to over $250 in the ecosystem. I'm also striving to get into the next rank. I'm 81% away from that with around only $14,999. And I want to thank my team and leaders that we are building this together. So it's your choice, ladies and gentlemen, to get on board. We enjoy this ride together, or you watch us as we pocket this money. I want to thank you so much for joining our call for tonight. And tonight on the call, I have a friend of mine, Mr. Kasibante Abe, who's already on the call, and Dr. Alwaho. Unless if they have something to say or anybody who has a question, you are highly, highly welcome.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if I'm loud and clear. My
Yes.
name is Kasivante Abe from Uganda. I want to thank Julius for the presentation tonight. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you all for the time you have offered here. I believe it is really important and it is really something that we cannot take for granted. So thank you, Leader Julius, for the time, and thank you all guys here. Now, this business we are doing is something very, very simple. If you decide not to take it in a complicated manner, yeah, you just need to learn how things are done. Then, where you don't understand, you consult people who understand what to do. Take things simple, then you do the business. I want to give you assurance that with the help of the leaders around, you're going to be able to make this money. So you don't have to look at things as if they are so hard. You just have to take things in a normal way, learn and ask what you don't understand, be guided, then you continue to make the money. It's a good business. We are building something long term, and that is the most interesting part of it. Okay? The moment you start building with us, we give you the support. We don't work for you, but we work with you. Okay? We do not command you, but we guide you. That's very much important. We don't work for you, but we work with you. We do not command you, but we guide you throughout the way. And that's our main role here. We're already running the business. for the past 56 days, like you have seen, and business continues. So the earlier, the better. Get in, let's run together, and we're going to be able to make this. I know if I can do this, everyone else can do it, but only if you decide to take the opportunity and we run together. Thank you so much. Dr. Ruaho, I want to give out the microphone to you. Thank you so much.
Team leader Abe, thank you very much. Wow. And another wow to our top leader, our top earner, our mentor, Dr. Julius. Thank you very much for the presentation tonight. You sounded very strong. You were not tired, but I know all the day long we engage you like nobody's business, and we are rallying behind you to support you, to strengthen you, and also to go up to the top with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not far into the ocean. We are still just at the seashore, because as we can see, this project was launched in Hong Kong 51 days ago. And if you can go back to the Telegram and see the masses of people who attended the launch, more than 4,000 people in Hong Kong, and it was excitement after excitement. So we are saying to you, the company is very, very, very fair, as you have seen in the presentation. Those of us who joined earlier, we $100 gave us 100 TH, a hash rate. Now, those who bought today with the same $100, they are getting 203, double of what we are mining with for you to catch up. So you are not late. Come in, start mining with us, and don't eat the seeds. Don't eat what the output of mining. You mine and then you stake, so that you can earn from both compute mining and also POS mining. So we will do hand holding, like my brother just said, that we are not forcing you, we are not working for you, but we work with you, because teamwork makes the dream work. Let's go to the top where we all belong, because the bottom is overcrowded. Thank you. Over to you, Julius. There is a question here, Julius, before you take over. Someone was asking, V0 gets nothing, just asking. And then, yes, I've answered that. V0 gets what we call, let me just go to my account, dynamic hash rate output revenue. So like he showed that there is dynamic hash rate output revenue, there is level dividends that I have not yet qualified to earn, there is protocol POS mining level income that start encouraging your people to stake now before you hit V1, because the moment you hit V1, now you begin to earn level dividends and also protocol POS mining level income. But V0 gets what belongs to the V0s, is dynamic hash rate output. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Luaho. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to assure you that tomorrow I'll basically now be able to get into the details about the ranks in the early morning Zoom. So hope to see you guys there. And I basically wish you the best. I have nothing to add for now. I wish you the best and see you tomorrow morning. God bless you and good night.
Night.